the presidential elections, and risks to your retirement investments. It's time to cover Mr. Biden's proposals and what it might mean for you. I'm Telton Hall, Certified Financial Planner at Advanced Financial Planning in Cedar City, Utah, where our team, we help upper middle class and affluent families accomplish their retirement goals. We've been really dedicated to just helpful educational videos as we cover interest rates and retirement and Social Security and more. Now with the elections looming and the market's going crazy, there's a lot of concern, understandably, around what happens to investments leading up to and following the election. We've already encouraged you to build a retirement income plan. Don't procrastinate. That is truly what helps us help you make smart decisions. So that's step one. We look forward to seeing you to help you with that. We've talked about some reasons that investment markets, they could be just fine. Now we're talking about the risks of a crash. For concerns about another turn of President Trump, let's talk about that. Purely from an investment market standpoint, we feel like we kind of know what to anticipate, both on the potential upside and the potential downside. For instance, with his position on certain trade deals, we know that that could create volatility, but at least we understand, at least we kind of know where we are on it. So remember, markets do not respond well to perceived higher levels of uncertainty. So right or wrong, the anticipation is that we know what we'll get with Trump, but not with Biden. Based on that process, let's tackle what could happen if former Vice President Biden and the Senate Democrats win the elections. There are a couple proposals that have some investors really worried. Let me explain them to you. The one that I think could have the most immediate effect on the investment markets is a proposal to double the capital gains rate for higher earners. In that tier, capital gains taxes would basically go from 20% to 40%, technically 39.6. And when you add on the President Obama era 3.8% investment surcharge tax, that total would be 43.4% long-term capital gains rate. And there is a risk that that could be made retroactive, meaning if they get to it any time in 2021, it would apply back to the start of the year. There is some precedence for that, so it's a big concern. This is what has folks worried about the investment markets. And let's address this for a second. It's not just Republicans. Obviously, the Republican folks are very worried about this. But even those that will likely vote Democrat are also aware of how the markets could perceive this. They feel a potential cleaner environment, a more regulated workplace. They feel like they're worth the risk, but they are aware of the potential fallout that could happen in the investment markets, particularly in end of November and December. So it won't matter your political leanings. If there is a risk that the capital gains rate is going to double in 2021, it could lead to a substantial sell-off in the market at the end of 2020. Likely, it will affect the best performing parts of your 401k and your investments. And it'll really affect the strongest companies. They're the ones that are really supporting the whole market this year. So it could be those assets that get hit the worst because they are going to have the most capital gains built up. So they'll be the ones that get sold quickly before a tax rate increase. But those largest players, they're the ones driving the whole market right now. So if they start to get sold down, this is the big concern for the markets that's still looming out there. Now, if you have a plan in place, for instance, we use a strategy to harvest gains along the way when they're advantageous, then in that case, it helps you not be crippled if capital gains rates increase in the future. But if you're on your own and your investments are getting pretty top heavy and you don't have them dialed in to know when and how much and what its purpose is for your secure retirement, then getting a strategy in place, a plan that can reduce, minimize, potentially even eliminate certain types of these risks while still accomplishing your goals, getting that plan in place needs to be right at the top of your priority list. I'll be back to address a couple other areas of concern, but don't wait, give us a call. We'll talk to you soon.
If this information has been helpful to you, check out our other Telton's Tips videos, or better yet, call our office. You can talk to an advanced financial planning team member like me. Imagine that, a real life human that cares about you and your goals. My name is Caden Keller. I work here as a financial advisor along with Telton and the rest of the team. Here, we take a team approach to caring for our clients because we all know 2 heads are better than 1. So give our office a call and I or anyone else on the team would be happy to answer a quick question for you or schedule a complimentary retirement planning meeting. There's also a link provided if you would like to learn more about who we are at Advanced Financial Planning or what it is we do for our clients in planning for their retirement. Lastly, the schedule an appointment link will bring up our calendar and you can choose a time for a complimentary on the phone or an in-person retirement planning meeting. Whichever option you choose, the only mistake is to do nothing and keep working and putting retirement preparation off until you die at your desk. I've seen it time and time again. No matter how good and specialized Telton and I are, when people wait too long to seriously consider their retirement options, they are significantly set back and can damage their retirement. So call, schedule, or click to learn more. You've got nothing to lose and your future self in retirement has a whole lot to gain.